Jill Young, and I'm going to specifically talk to you in this video about your week 1 work only. For your week 1, you have a few assignments. You have some reading, a discussion, a response, and then you have this assignment. For this week, you will only be graded on your discussion and response. And I'm going to do that after I do this part. I'm going to discuss this assignment, this ethical compass assignment first. This is not an assignment that will be graded this week. It is a 3-part assignment that will be graded after. It will result in a week 8 exercise. Now, the first thing you want to do is this exercise here, which you're going to open this up. And I'm going to open it in a minute, but basically you're going to complete it by It is due, still due, and it would count late. Any parts of these that are late, it will count against you when it is graded. But this is kind of a, kind of think of it as a pre and post test situation where let's see where your ethics are before this class and let's see where they are at the end is basically what we're doing here. It does need to be submitted. It will not be graded today because you have to do the rest of the parts of it before the grade can be, before it will be graded. So just understand, it is still due on Sunday. The first part is due on Sunday night. It is to be submitted into the Dropbox, but it will not be graded yet. Now, here's the PDF that you're going to open up, and you're going to consider the scenarios and respond to all 3 of them with 200 or more words for each one, each scenario. And again, this is kind of gauging what you know now versus what you're going to learn. There is a purpose for this, and that is we want to, basically we want to see if your ethics evolve, change after taking this course. Now, you will have to do the same thing 2 more times, but you might change some of your views. Do not look at your book before you do this. Please do not look at your book and read before you do this. And I'm looking for a baseline. You're not going to fail based on this part. It is not, the purpose, again, the purpose of this is to see, how your views may change, what you've learned, maybe some things that you didn't know will affect how you view these scenarios later. That is the point of this. So, please make sure to do this assignment. Then you're going, after you've done that, then do your reading. And there's some interesting online material here to read. The book on ethics is a very short book. And you're probably going to read about some current events in this course. Recent ethics issues. There seems to be always something in the class media going on. There's no shortage of ethical issues that we face. So make sure to read those carefully and answer the questions. I'm going to post these 2 here on a discussion board. Highlight these. Not working out. On it, it's on their own discussion board. I want you to post an initial post by Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, and then you have until Sunday at the same time to post a response. Now, having said that, I'm going to go back to my professor's notes, which you're going to read, on the first day. Now, what I've done is made a rubric for each one. If you scroll down, you're going to see the general discussion rubric. But this is the general one I'll use for every discussion assignment. And then this is the response rubric that I use. Now, and I don't know about your previous courses. This one is set up to where you get 3 points for your discussion and 3 points for your response. So they're separate in the grading book, so I will give you separate grades for each. That's why I have these 2 rubrics. And I will use these and put these in every class news in the course each week. I'll put them in the class news section probably at the end after I'm done posting whatever information I want to post for the week. And I will actually post the videos that I make within these class news bulletins as well. So just make sure that you use these as a guideline for your responses and your post each week that you have one. I'm pretty sure you do every week. I haven't looked through the entire thing yet, but I tend to do 1 week at a time because I don't want to get too standardized, because when you do that you might fail to find differences in courses, and sometimes there's little changes and you want to make sure to try and catch those. So I don't post ahead, I post each week, and that's just kind of my general practice. Anyway, so that is all. Now overall, just make sure to read through the course materials. Make sure to use APA format and citations. All that's important. I will say in this course you need to be using research, even if it's your text. If you have you can obviously go online and find good articles in reputable journals and magazines. That's fine too. I encourage it. I encourage talking about current events that relate to this course, and like I said, there's no shortage of it. You're going to be able to find it pretty easily. Ethics violations, ethics problems, companies that are doing well in that area. There's information about that. But most of all, this class has always been very interesting. I always thought it was anyway. I'm biased, I guess, but I think it is one of my more interesting courses because of all the things that go on in the with corporations and violations of ethical behavior. There's so many that you can, there's an actual assignment about Penn State in this course, which was just a terrible, tragic thing that happened. And also, there's this things like the BP oil spill stuff, and I use that as an example because I went to the Gulf recently, and you are still seeing the effects of that there, and just by talking to people, the businesses that have gone under, the boarded up businesses that I saw. I was just we're all kind of, some of them were people were talking to me that I had spoke to were affected by that in a very big way. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the course. If you have any questions, this is the number to reach me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm not trying to discourage any way of communicating with me, but text is the quickest way to get a hold of me. Just because, I'm not always where I can talk on the phone, but I always got my phone in my hand or in my pocket, and it'll buzz if I get a text. So let me know if you have any questions, and let's have a great term. Thanks.